Hey guys, it's Black Rain from Dead Company Airsoft, and today we're going to be talking about the Dboys RDW, or as it's known in its real steel counterpart, the Knights Armament PDW, which is a small arms CQB assault weapon, which is used by various contractors and various other small military factions in the world. The uh, the design of the real PDW is a lower M a lower M4 lower receiver and a upper receiver of which origin I am not aware of. The rail system is attached to the upper receiver, so you will not have any wobble with the receiver whatsoever. The only wobble there is in a couple of silver pieces on the inside, which I only can assume are the gas tubes. Now, what else is different on this gun than a standard M4 is its round it fires. The round it fires is not a 5.56 NATO round or the 223 Remington round, but it fires the 6 millimeter by whichever uh, dimension that round is. I'm only aware of the 6 millimeter, which is kind of funny because we fire 6 millimeter BBs. Kind of interesting actually. Now, the design of the Knights Armament PDW is only owned by Knights Armament and is very comparable to the Robinson Armament XCR, which is a very popular gun on the market, which is very over advertised by Airsoft GI, in my opinion. Now, the external construction of the Dboys RDW, which has been licensed by Bravo to have these trades right here, and the licensing by Bravo was a little bit of a plus to me because it looked nicer. Now, the Dboys RDW has a full metal construction on pretty much everything except for the foregrip and the orange tip, which this is not the orange tip it comes with. This is a orange tip that I have with my JG M4. I just tossed it on there because the orange tip for the PDW broke. I have to replace that orange tip, replace the orange tip on the flash hider for my M4 later. This is a metal JG M4 flash hider that I'm going to paint black eventually. What else is on? The sights are flip up and flip down, where the rear sight is adjustable for windage and the front sight is adjustable for elevation, which is a very good innovation. And what else is available on this gun is a very open hole rear sight aperture and a pin aperture for the front sight. What else is very useful for this gun is the addition of the rail on the rear sight, which can be used as a riser for all those who use a mask, which I have used a mask in the past, and it's not a very fun thing to use. It's not fun to use with an M4 buttstock. And this gun is compatible with both M4 and M4 and the PDW magazine, or as all those technical guys like to call it, the Stanag Mag, which is a very widely used magazine by most NATO countries, besides countries that use the AK-47 variant. Personally, I prefer the AK-47 variant to the M4 variant, but that's an entire video on itself. What else is different on this gun is there is no compartment for the battery to be stored other than here on the external area of the gun, which is this PEC box, the PEQ box on the side of this gun. It has a 1200 milliamp 9.6 battery, which to me is an extremely cool addition that Dboys or Bravo came up with, because honestly a 9.6 with a out of the box gun is great. And the wire construction of this is very sturdy. I don't see it, even if it getting shot would be really much of an issue unless you shot the Tamiya connectors. These are small type Tamiya connectors, and honestly they work fine. I would recommend converting to Deans. What else is cool is I recommend is getting a MOSFET, and if you can fix it, getting an 11.1 LiPo. But if you can't fix it, I don't recommend going with a 11.1 whatever. Now, what else is new is this gun has a very high rate of fire. It shoots around 400 FPS, which is bad for CQB. You need to lower that to around 300 to 350 FPS to stay within most field limits, a little bit higher for some fields. Personally, I like to keep my guns at a lower FPS, like 350 to 360 FPS or lower, because I'd much rather be able to get up close and shoot people up close. Features of this gun that comes with is a small barrel adapter where you could replace the barrel, and a larger barrel adapter where you can attach your flash hider and your O-ring, and then it'll give it a longer barrel look. Now the barrel actually stops right around here, which is not a problem whatsoever because the BBs will still fly out perfectly well. But when you put on the smaller barrel adapter, you will see part of the brass barrel, which kind of is a turnoff for most people. That's why I keep the longer barrel adapter on. Other features on this gun are the QD sling mount, which can be put into here, here, or into the rear of the gun. I personally keep it here because I like to use one-point slings. Now let's get to the cons of this gun. The major con of this gun is its compatibility with magazines. The included magazine it comes with is a 90-round PDW style magazine mid-cap. Now the thing about this magazine is it will not feed, nor will any other mid-caps feed with this gun. The only magazines this gun will ever take are high caps. I have done a hop-up switch with this gun. It's not the hop-up's problem, it's the magazine well. You might be able to fix it with a little bit of tape, but honestly, I just recommend going with high caps. Other cons of this gun aren't really too much. The only real con is the battery, which kind of digs into your hand when you have the foregrip on. The foregrip is included, and it's not very accurate it's not a very good field gun. I recommend taking this gun to mainly CQB quarters, unless you get a hop-up switch, which I have done. I put a Bravo Blue hop-up in it, and, well, no, Mad Bull Blue hop-up in it, and it's working great. That's about it on this gun, and personally, this is my favorite gun in my entire inventory, which is an M4, an AK, and this PDW, and soon to be another AK. And yeah, that's it. Currently, this is my favorite gun, and it is another pro of this gun is extremely light and very versatile in CQB gameplay. This gun is I'd rate this gun as a 7 out of 10 because when it's stock, it's not very accurate and it will not feed with mid caps, and it's not a very good field gun when you don't have a different hop-up. When you upgrade it though, it'll work perfectly fine. If anything breaks, it still uses a version 2 gearbox and a long type motor, and you can always adjust the motor height with this small screw on the bottom. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Black Rain, and this has been a review by Dead Company Airsoft. See ya.